If you are ever someone who feels like you need companionship and you're looking for a pet, there's not a necessary need to go buy a pet nowadays. There's so many pets around that need that love that are available for adoption, for an example. And we do have a local organization in the greater West Bloomfield area that is doing something about that and helping pets get foster parents. Representing Almost Home Rescue, or No Kill Rescue, we should say, joining us is Terri Rausch. Good morning, Terri.
Good morning. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. Good morning on the Splash Live. So you represent Almost Home No Kill Rescue. Now there's a big emphasis on the no kill part. Can you tell us a little bit more about the organization and the emphasis on the no kill, please?
Sure. We rescue dogs of all kinds. We rescue them from either if they're strays or if owner surrenders, or sometimes we help out local shelters who are overcrowded and don't have enough room to house them, or we even help out rescues from other states that are overcrowded, and we bring them in, give them loving homes in foster care. We don't have a shelter. So all the animals that we rescue go right into a foster home where they're loved and cared for. And we give them all the medical attention that they need, whether they need to be spay or neutered, or if they have heartworm, we treat the heartworm, or whatever the case may be. Sometimes there's an injured leg, and we give them all the medical care that they need, and get them ready to be adopted so that we can adopt them out to Metro Detroit citizens.
Wow, wow. So no shelter for these animals, but yet you're finding them, you're helping them, you're giving them the care that they need, and you're also helping to find foster parents for them. Can you just talk about the challenges that you face in that process? Like, are you getting animals quickly and turning them over quickly? How is that working for you?
So just to speak to the shelter, we used to have a shelter for about, I don't know, about 10, 20 years. We had a shelter, maybe 15 years. And then that business sort of changed. We formed a different business model where we went strictly to foster care. And why we like that so much is because they're in loving homes. They are not, housed in a building where diseases can spread.
Mm-hmm.
They're not, spending the night all alone in a crate. They're in loving homes. And so we find that to be a very lucrative business model for the loving care of the dogs. The challenge is, yes, we sometimes get an animal that we need a home for, and we don't have a shelter to put them in. So we have to reach out quickly to our foster base via email. Sometimes it's personal phone calls just to locate that foster who's going to be able to take this dog in at the spur of the moment. So we rely heavily on the foster base, and we are really grateful for all the support we get from our fosters who are able to turn around like that really quickly.
Love to hear that too. And not only do you have dogs, but you also have cats, other animals too as well. What type of animals do you have?
No, cats, but no other animals.
Okay.
We do have a couple cats right now. I think we just adopted out, or almost going to adopt out, a cat that we've had on our website available for adoption. So I think that one's getting set up right now to be adopted.
Is that Kit Kat that I believe I saw on your Facebook?
Yes, Kit Kat was last. We had Spectre and Kit Kat. Yeah, Kit Kat I think is going to be adopted soon.
Okay, nice, beautiful. I'm glad to hear that. So with everything going on, essentially going back to the root of this, you're solving a problem. The problem is animal homelessness. What, from your research, what is the cause of animal homelessness, and what all are you doing? Like, what other initiatives do you think can help with animal homelessness?
Well, let's see. That's a good question. I mean, sometimes they're strays, right? So if they're strays, when we bring in a stray, we scan them for a chip. If there's no chip, then we can't reunite the dog to the owner. So then we have to put them on social media and say, we've got this dog, we found him here. If this is your dog, please let us know. We have to hold them for 7 days so that we can get the word out that this dog has been found. Oftentimes people do strange things where they just decide that they don't want the dog anymore, and they don't want to be reunited with the dog. They're intentionally getting rid of the dog in the way that they deem. I don't know what they deem, but anyway. So we then take those dogs in. Stray cats the way to cure stray cats is to get these cats spayed and neutered. There's so many feral cats out there that keep reproducing, and I can't emphasize enough that if you see a stray cat or a feral cat, you should try to figure out first if it has an owner, and then there's low cost methods of getting them spayed or neutered so that they don't reproduce again.
Right. Joining us this morning, Terri Rausch of Almost Home Animal Rescue, no-kill animal rescue, I should say. So what other ways can the community help if they maybe don't have the space to adopt or foster a pet of some nature, or maybe they're allergic to a dog or cat? What other ways can they help?
So donations are great, monetary donations, or we have an Amazon wish list. We can always use volunteers when we do large shelters. Large rescue missions. About every other month or so, we rescue a large truckload of dogs from various shelters that are overcrowded. We have lots of need for volunteers to help out with the logistics. When the truck comes in with these dogs, we take them out of the van. We move them directly from that to having them have a potty break and maybe a liquid, refresh them with some water, and then they go into foster cars that we have lined up in the parking lot. We just take them right from the truck into the foster care, and then the process starts from there with the vetting and so forth. So the volunteering is important too, whether it be those large rescues or we have things that we can do in the office. We have events that we need staffed. Sometimes they're awareness events, sometimes they're fundraising events. So lots of things that people can do to get involved.
And Terri, if you don't mind, I kind of want to know your reason. What's your why into why you joined this program, why you're a part of it, and why you want to help?
Years ago, I adopted from Almost Home Animal Rescue, and she passed away last year. But I became regularly involved with Almost Home about 2.5 years ago. And really, I mean, you can ask any one of my team. I absolutely love doggies. I mean, when one comes to the office, I am on the floor playing with that dog. I just absolutely love them. I attack dogs on the street when I'm going for a walk so I can pet them and love them up. I just absolutely love dogs. I haven't had a cat in my life, but I think they are just beautiful, and I also love them. So I just want to do everything I can to help them have a happy, loving, carefree life.
Absolutely. And we need people like you. We need organizations like Almost Home to help these animals, these dogs, and these cats that are out here that may be suffering from homelessness or whatever the case may be, or just need care overall, because it's not every day that you have an animal that is getting the care that they need and things of that nature. So we appreciate having you on. Thank you so much for joining us. And one last, can you tell people how they can reach out if they want to adopt, volunteer, donate, or whatever the case may be, please?
Sure. Our office phone number is 248-200-2695. Or there you go on the bottom of the website. There's on the bottom of your screen there. That's our web address, almosthomeanimals.org. And you can send an email to info@almosthomeanimals.org. So there's 3 ways you can get in touch with us.
Absolutely. Join us on the Splash Live, Terri Rausch of Almost Home, no-kill animal rescue based here in West Bloomfield. Thank you so much for joining us, Terri.
Thank you very much for having me.